maybe a minute early. Let me just see that I'm on Facebook. If you're here, say hello. If you're watching afterwards, just let me know. Say hashtag replay. Ugh, my mouse. I had to buy a new mouse. And it's really sensitive. All right. I am here on my page. Let's see who has joined me. There I am. My messy desk. All right. Hey, Darlene. Welcome. Who else is here? All right. So yesterday at my What's Happening weekly update, I asked what you guys would want me to do today. And I had one person respond, masculine cards. I'm challenged with masculine cards. So I have a couple things to show you today. One is going to be a 6x12 one sheet wonder is kind of what I'm calling it, but it's definitely something that you could double by taking a whole sheet of designer series paper. But in the meantime, I created some cards that were masculine. So I'm going to talk about some of the papers that are good. We all recognize, I believe we all recognize how many florals that Stampin' Up! Offers, but it's their #1 seller. It sells every time. So one of the paper packs, or a few of the paper packs that I really, really enjoyed, many of them are travel, but this is the Waterside Retreat paper, right? In the Waterside Retreat paper, they had picture my life cards. So now you look at this paper and you're thinking fishing, boating, but I think I captured it where it doesn't matter of the sport or anything, just a good old masculine card. So again, in here, they have a couple of sheets. So this paper here, perfect, right? And even taking some of the birds and using that as a background would really work for masculine paper. Here is one of the, I call them Picture My Life, but they're cut aparts, right? So it's a sheet of all different sizes of things to embellish, add to a card. So for instance, this here, I used on this card. I cut it down and used it on that card, right? You can see how I've done it on other cards that I have created with this paper. Again, wood grain is one of my all-time favorites, and this paper pack does, right? So here, definitely boating vibes all over it, pool, possibly, right? But, with the buoys and everything. But the wood grain melts my heart. I love, love wood grain. So always look, when you're looking at paper, consider the backside. I've been saying this a lot lately, but it's so true. The backside of paper really can make a difference and change your mind on what you're designing. So that's one paper pack. My other favorite paper pack, and I don't know if this is going to be retiring soon. I did not get to design with this today. I got stuck on a couple of different calls and meetings. But I am planning on doing some masculine cards with the Countryside, I'm pretty sure it's called Countryside paper, but I just checked and it's low inventory. So sometimes when we discontinue, which I did not see it on the discontinued list, but I could be wrong. Sometimes when it is low inventory, then it won't come back, but I do love it. So, again, we have that teal color, wood grains galore, all different types of wood grains, pretty much, right? Even the blue, this is one of my favorites, was the striped. So, again, all the different wood grains. This is perfect paper. whether you use it for the entire card or just taking components of it. Like I did on here, although this is all from the Waterside Retreat, I could have taken one of these pieces of paper and put that there, right? So I'll talk about the cards in a minute. We also have another wood grain paper. It's actually called Wood Grain Wonders. And again, lots of different wood grains. I mean, and it's amazing how different this wood grain can be from other wood grains. But again, it's two-sided papers. So it's got the pecan, the crumb cake, the espresso, early espresso, right? Oh, I have a lot of this. I might have to make something with that. All right, and then the other ones are mixed in papers, and I know we have some coming out in the September, but we also have some here. The ones that I could find, this one, oh, I got it enameled out here. The ones that I could find, this is called the Paper Medley, and I did make some cards with this using this one sheet Wonder 6x12, right? But again, very, we're gonna end up using this paper, but very subtle prints on both sides. So basically it would be just what you're designing. So hopefully this is helpful, but you know, again, here's a different, look at this, different wood grain in here. Stripes. Again, check out these papers and you will be amazed at what you can end up coming up with masculine cards. So again, these were all created with the Waterside Retreat paper. So I took our arches, and again, this was one of those cut apart cards, and I just cut that there. And today is your day. So pretty much for, you know, we're sending Father's Day, maybe anniversary. Sometimes we'll say thinking of you for, you know, sending to your boss or somebody that, you know, a friend that is sick. Those are all types of different sentiments that you can do, but today I kind of focused on more birthday. So, but again, that paper, and then I used Pool Party to outline it. And then here again was another one of those cut aparts, cut that down. And then this is kind of a fun fold. I have it tucked in here to keep this down. I did not put anything in the inside, but so just a little fun card to a great guy, right? And then here, again, using those arches. I love the arches. Sending lots of happiness your way. So I used a variety of different stamp sets. Here is the bird paper. Again, this has a boat on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean, to me, it's more of like a relaxing card, a vacation type card. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like just more of in the outdoors, in the nature. Okay, so hopefully you like those cards. Now I am bringing some other stuff in. So here, as I mentioned, we're going to do a card. It makes 5 cards. It's 6x12. But if you double it up and cut it, then you'll get double the cards. So again, masculine cards don't always have to be wood grain or like country feeling. I wanted something bright to represent that as well. And again, this paper was in that mixed medley paper. This was also part of that mixed medley. And then I just added balloons for touch of that. And so you can see we have 4 different styles. The one makes 2 of the same and then 3 different, right? So let's get started. I'll show you how to easily take a designer series paper. So again, I am showing this for more masculinity cards, but this one sheet wonder cutting could be used for so much. And if you do use something that has more of a bolder print, then you don't have to bring in maybe other embellishments either. All right. Took the white gel pen, just having fun with that white gel pen and adding that to the balloons. All right. So bring my stuff out here. Let me just see quickly who I have here. Hi, Tina. Hello, Sarah. Karen is here. Monterey, welcome. Hello, Joanne and Colleen. So welcome, welcome. Sherry's here too. Okay. Get all my stuff out here. Now I've pre-cut, and again, I will share all of the dimensions with you. I pre-cut the cardstock for coordinating. I am using white card bases, but you can, as you can see, I used the Calyspo Coral for the card base here. Again, I didn't do anything on the inside, but I will when I'm ready to finish those cards. Okay, so a 12 by 12 piece of paper, I cut it in half, 6 by 12. So I am going to cut this in half at 6 inches. Now what I could do is take both of these, if I wanted to create cards 1 and 2. If I wanted to double my cards, I could do that by just putting these two together and having less cuts, right? So keep that in mind as you're going through this. So 1, all right. I need to get my cards in order here. So, okay. So I'm going to take just one. I'm going to set the other 6 by 6 aside. And I am going to cut this at 3 1/2. I'm going to set that aside. So I'm going to turn this at 3 1/2 and cut this at 1 1/4. And this is going to be for card 1. So again, something else to consider when you're using a designer series paper that it's a double-sided paper, get something that you like both complementing colors with. So blue on blue, you can't go wrong. Blue polka dots besides, right? So that is going to be card number 1. I'm going to set that aside up here. Then card number 2, this is 2 1/2. We're going to leave that. And this is at 6, right? Because it's the remaining part of the original 6. And we're going to cut this down to 5 1/2. So I'm only taking a half off. This will be card 2. Now I'm going to take my other remaining 6 by 6 on here. And this I'm going to cut at 4 1/4. So the other thing to keep in mind too is when you are choosing a designer series paper, if it has a pattern, make sure you're cutting it in the right direction that you want the pattern. I always try to go when I'm doing stuff like that, not to worry about a pattern. So, all right, so I have this at 4 1/4, and then I'm going to cut this in half because again, we're at 6. I'm going to cut this in half. So this is card 3, where card 3 we're making 2 of. And set that aside. And now this should be 1 3/4. It is. And I'm going to cut this down at 5 1/4. This will be 3/4 off, and this will be card 4. So simple so far, right? And we're done with cutting. Hello, Wendy. Isn't this a great paper pack? Well, I don't know, Kathleen. Which paper pack are you referring to? Are you referring to the one that I'm using now? I don't know. All right, so I have my card, and as I mentioned, I have all of my cardstock, my matting pieces, all done here. You know, before we do this though, yeah, I'm going to do this now. So what I did here for this, and again, we have so many different shapes, right? But I stuck to, let me get this out of here. I stuck to these 3 shapes. I love this stamp set. I do also love the Words of Beauty. It has so many different sentiments, and I'm going to use It's Your Birthday here. This is fun because it has the large stamps, but then it also has the dies that you can offset, you know, like as if you were cutting in Cricut, right? So you can see that's 2 pieces cut here for the just, but it also has the stamp, which is right here. But we're not using those pieces. I just wanted to point out that I used those die cuts that are part of this Words of Beauty set. Okay, so with card 1, this cardstock, again, I will repeat all of this, but this card is now cut 1/4 of an inch larger than this piece here. So this is at 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm using crumb cake. I think I like the combination with the blue and the tan kind of. All right, so have that. And then this again is the back side here, and I am gonna just place that right there, about 3/4 above. And we have our first easy, right? Super easy set. So again, I'm gonna take It's Your Birthday. I am going to stamp all of these in black. And then I'm going to take some dimensionals and just put it on the back here. I actually just realized I have my fan going. Can you guys hear that? And is it causing a buzzing noise on my video? If you can let me know that, I will go shut my fan off. I'm hearing it, so I was just like, I wonder if you guys are hearing it. All right, so I'm just gonna center that. It's Your Birthday. And then I'm just gonna set this aside. It will go here, but I do wanna add an embellishment, but we'll do the embellishment afterwards. Okay, so that's card number 1. Card number 2. I've cut this piece down, and this is gonna say, have a great birthday. This again, cut at 1/4 of an inch larger than your designer series paper. So this is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2, and it's going to be flush. So you're just going to see the edges of the paper there. Again, I was asked some quick and easy masculine cards. So that's what the goal is, and that's what you are going to. Well, you know what? You don't have to create masculine cards if you don't want to, but what I will like you to do then is to create using this One Sheet Wonder cutting guide. How's that? Now maybe you were probably wishing that I was saying to do a masculine card. Who knows? All right, so that will go on my card base here. But let's stamp this sentiment. Again, have a great day. I'm going to come in. I'm always nervous, but I am going to come in a little bit closer. I'll bring this up. All right, so that will end up going up there. Oh, so this here, what we're going to do, I'm going to have to find an enamel. Oh, I think I found one. This is just going to be like a little tab. We're going to fold that in half. And when I'm ready to put it down on my card base, we're just going to tuck that in here. Okay, so that is card number 2. Card number 3. See how quick and easy these are coming. Again, these are going to be 2 cards. So I have 2 pieces of everything cut out here. And this one is going to say, today is your day. let's get those stamped. All right, let me see here. All right, thanks, Colleen, for saying you can't hear the fan. I was looking back. All right, did anybody respond to that? All right. All right, so this is gonna go here. Matting on this. All right, so we have those two there, and that is going to go down here. You know, let's put those on here. We can do that for now. We can get, actually I want to use some larger ones. These are the black dimensionals. I should use them more often, especially when I'm using kind of like a dark paper, although this isn't dark paper. And I am going to put that down here. All right. And now card number, I guess this is really 5, card number 5. Ooh, I think I cut this wrong. This one is actually supposed to be 4 1/4 by 5. Let me grab. Actually, yeah, 4. Actually, this is 4 by 5 1/4. All right, and this is going to go this way, this card. I need time to change my blade. That's going to go here. This will go here, and then this will go here. All right, so we can put that down. Oh, and my sentiment on this one is going to be, today is your day again. Stamping is done. And so this is going to go right about there. Again, we'll use the back side of that 3/4 inch that got cut off of that piece. And this could have been a bigger sentiment. I probably should have done it at your birthday on here in hindsight, but all right, so there we have our cards But now I'm adding a chair, like those Adirondack chairs, right? Why not? I did not get a chance to do any blending on here. So I do want to blend a little bit of pecan pie just to give a little bit of depth to it. This does have a component to go for the arm rails, but I did not do that. But it does, when you cut it out, you do get this piece to add. So that is popped up. So again, just adding a little bit of color to our Adirondack chairs. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right there to hold that down. And I think I need to do some of that on here too. There we go. Should have used, see how that, I should have used my silicone mat. Shame on me. Almost done. We're just going to add these chairs as part of our embellishment. I will probably embellish a little bit more. Maybe add some enamel dots, add some ribbon to it. Add a little bit more on here. And again, I did it. I should have got my silicone mat, but there we go. All right. Hello, Angel. No. All right, so here, again, this is card 5. This was our last card that we put together. So that, I will just set a, should I put it straight or, what do you think? Straight or a little bit angled? Maybe by the time I get adhesive on this, I'll see an answer. What do you guys think? I usually do like doing offsets and not. So I think I'll do. Now again, I did these using the Relaxing Waterside dies. Okay, so here, this is a great masculine card, right? Because it has the chair. That's the stamp chair. Here I did this and this for these chairs, but different backings, right? I can add a bird if I want, cattails and ferns, little coffee cup book, but it has Have a Great Day. Here's to a New Chapter. Perfect for somebody who's retiring. Relax. Today is your day. Happy Father's Day and Dad, right? So I do like this from a masculine standpoint, so I will refer to that often. All right, angled. All right, Jean, you got it. That's what I did. We agree. All right, so here are our next 2 cards. This was card 3, which I said you get 2 out of. Now again, there are things that I could have done. I could have added something to the back of this embossed, right? It's just how much time or how much more time do you want to do that? So again, I'm just doing quick and easy, but there are tons of different things that you can add on to any kind of one sheet wonder and add more detail and depth to it. So this is just being centered in the center of my card bases here. And then here I will set that straight. I'm not going to do an angle on those. And I'm going to go above it, so it's going to go outside. There. Okay, so that's card 3. So now we've gotten 3 cards done already. 2 more to go here. So as I mentioned, I took this piece here and I'm just folding that over. I am going to put a little bit of adhesive right on the end there. And then I am just going to actually put this maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch down on there. See that, how it looks on the back. And I'm centering this. And then put some pop-up dimensionals. We have so many different names for things. Put that, have a great day. Now I could put this up here too. Do I want to put it up here? Yeah, maybe I do want to put it up here. That's how I did it on the other card. Let's put it up there. Okay, here, I'm going to take one of my enamel dots and just put it there. And then let's add our chair. Now this one here, maybe I'll angle it that way. This set, I believe, is back in stock. I think I recently posted that it was back in stock. All right, so again, I may add some more enamel dots to this. And then here was the first card that we started with. Right, quick and simple. Sometimes I love working on the details, don't get me wrong. I am all about texture and details, but sometimes just doing things a little bit to make it easy. That's kind of why I've been doing, if you've noticed on my Facebook page, the simple and sweet on Fridays. Just something simple and sweet to have and create. So this one here, I'm going to go straight. All right, so that's it. Again, I'm going to probably add more of these dimensions or look for other ones that have pecan or toffee in them. But again here, this was card 1. I'm going to go out a little bit now so I can fit them all in. It was card 1. Card 2, card 3, and card 4, but we got 5 cards. So again, as I mentioned, if you take a piece of, I'm gonna pull, look, wouldn't black and white be really cool, right? So just to recap, I started out with half of a page. So you can double these cards. If you took half of this, let's do it. I'm not going to put 6 more cards together, but I just want to get the sense. So here, double it up. And I actually learned this from one of my fellow demonstrators. I had seen her doing something like this, but I didn't know if I wanted that many cards. So keeping them stacked. But this is perfect. Like if you, like I know my friend Lisa, she creates thank you cards for her nieces who have babies or weddings and stuff like that. But taking these templates and just taking a quick, right? So then I'm going to take these two, right? And I would double, getting 1 and 2 out of here, right? Just following those same dimensions that I shared with you and doing that. So again, keep that in mind. I hope you enjoy this. If you have not picked your pick 3, do so. Again, if you are watching this after the fact, join me on Scrap and Roll if you're not part of this group that I am videoing live in, or go to my YouTube channel, Create and Craft with Anne-Marie. I will really appreciate, and just looking to expand. And I'm only a couple of hundred away from hitting 1,000, which to me is a huge, huge endeavor. So if you have not done so and followed me, I would truly appreciate that. So thanks so much. Your created craft is to create this one sheet wonder with a 6x12. Create your cards. And again, I will have these posted up tomorrow with all the dimensions. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy crafting. Thanks, everyone.